This was on the Black Lives Matter. We had the protest last week here in Scotland. And we had so many people saying, don't go. We even had our Scottish First Minister saying, and she really was for it. She's saying you should definitely go up and protest and everything. But then later, because of the scaremongering, she then said, I don't think you should go, because obviously with the pandemic, with the lockdown. And I just went, but there was a lot of people that was on Facebook saying, oh, you shouldn't do this because, and then they were blaming people that were going to be going because they were then doing this protest. It was basically going to hurt the lockdown, and it was going to put us all back and all this. And I was like, I didn't believe that would happen. So I still went, and I cycled up, and I had the mask on, I had the gloves on, cycled up. And in Edinburgh, I don't know if you've been in Edinburgh before, but up in Arthur's Seat, it's called, up at Holyrood Park, where the Queen's Palace and everything is, there's so many hills. And on the hills, it was a beautiful picture to see, because there was all the Scottish flags, there was Black Lives Matter everywhere. People were, adhering to the distance and all that rules, but there were still people complaining that we were doing something wrong. I was saying, no, this was really important to me to do that. So, and it was good because, as you said, you have to have an understanding. You have to try and educate yourself a bit about it, instead of people trying to defend. I've heard all this. They're saying, oh, trying to defend why things have happened, and you're like, oh no. I'm saying, no, you just have to try and maybe think about it in a way where we were more privileged, because of the colour of your skin and all this. And I thought this is what people didn't seem to realise, is that they are privileged without knowing it. They don't even know that they're privileged. But there's some people that's snootier than the others who have a real sort of problem, and it's about really negative thoughts, which is what I would love to change. I love to see positive minds. I love to hear people just be nice, just be kind, be nice. That's really all. That's now I've been I've sort of made a stance. I've kept my distance and I made a stance, and I've said my piece. And Helen, got a lot of people here maybe want to ask a little question. Maybe if you're
I see a question here. It says, what means of transport do I use for my part-time job? I use my car. You can try to use public transport, but it would take way longer, because the app times you and they want you to deliver within a certain time frame. And, not every house that you deliver to is going to have a public transportation bus stop near the house. So it would take too long. Especially here in Los Angeles. Maybe in a different area it's different, but for where I'm at, you have to have a car to do this.
Because I was, when I was chatting Ellen, I was actually envisaging you on a bike. For some reason, I was thinking, that you could just get out on a bike.
Yeah, if you're maybe a smaller city, because for me, I cover 3 different cities in the area, so it would just be too much. And also, my grocery shops, I would have too many bags to be able to bike at the same time. Small order, and then yes, definitely bike. It's much better for you to exercise anyways.
It is, definitely. It's good. I mean, I've been getting out on my bike a bit as well now. I'm starting to go out on the bike, and it's good because we've got a lot of there's not so many cars on the roads just now, which is nice. You can just zoom. And also getting on the cycle routes are good as well, which is so much safer. It's nice to see people out and about on the bikes. It's good.
When we stop driving our cars. There's another question here. What is your part-time job? I missed the beginning. I was just saying that while I'm in school, I have a part-time job where I'm delivering groceries to people that can't grocery shop right now during the pandemic. So they might be parents with a lot of little children at home, or a newborn, or it could be, some elderly folks that don't want to risk their health going out into the world. So I grocery shop for them and I deliver it to their house.
It's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I'm going to look it up after. I'm going to look it up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm definitely going to look it up after, because I think it would be amazing for a part-time job here, if it's available in Scotland. Lynn, it's called Instacart.
Here, I'll put it in the chat. So there's two different apps. There's Instacart, and then the one that I use is called Shipt. So I'll put the names in the chat so you can see it if anyone wants to look it up.
So I was there for 10 days at Anaheim. So I kind of just went around Orange County and all this. But then on my other 5 days after the convention, then I took a car. I was actually very, very brave. And I hired a car and I drove on the highway. Oh my goodness, that was an experience of a lifetime. And I don't know where I got the guts to do that, but I did. But it's something I took home that I thought, my goodness, I've done something new that I would never have thought I would ever do in my life. And I was driving around places like Cabazon, Palm Springs, and I went downtown LA, and I just drove. I was on my own. I did it all myself, and I just loved it so much. So I took home a completely different experience of traveling around. Whereas before I'd went away with my ex-boyfriend, and he had a big car. You know, he had the big Cadillac, so I was just getting driven around. But and that was nice. But it was. I think on this occasion it was much better to do it on my own, because I just experienced everything on my own, and I was so much confident as well. I was so brave going up and talking to people, and I really did make the most of that holiday. It was great. I loved it.
Yeah,
and it's easy because everybody's so nice. They are. There's Megan here. Hello, Megan. Nice to see you. There's a lot of people that come, you know, at 24-year-old, you are actually smashing it. You're doing everything. And yet other people sort of feel that they maybe are so frightened to do the one step because of the fear or the insecurities or whatever it is. They just don't have that confidence to do it. And it's when speaking to people like yourself that then that person that's just sitting there going, oh no, I couldn't do what she does. But then they're going to say, oh yeah, maybe I'll just give it a try.
Well, if anyone's feeling that way, then I just want to tell them that I feel fear constantly and I'm insecure all the time. And I look to people that I feel like are doing more than me, and I think they're fearless and they're confident, and I'm trying to be like them. So if anybody feels that way hearing about me, just know that I don't see myself as this super confident person that's taking on the world, because we're always looking one step ahead. So I would say feel the fear and do it anyways, because we're here. You know, take that one step. If you think about eating the whole pie, it's going to be overwhelming. But if you just take the first bite, then you can feel that instant confidence and gratification, and you can have confidence knowing that you just took that first step, and then it's only one more bite after that, and keep trying.
That's amazing. That's a great way to look at it. It really is. So yeah, just one step at a time and just try. Because I always said, you know, if you don't ask, the answer will always be no.
Yeah.
Like when I was young, my friend, I've probably told this story before about 1,000 times, but I think it's a good story to tell. My friend was very, very confident and I wasn't. And now it's hard to believe that, but everybody says, no, you're confident. But like what you're saying, you still have the fear inside, you still have the insecure, you still feel, but you've got the ambition, you've got the spark. So you want to, I suppose you want to sort of just adventure the curiosity. So you will just go for it.
And people ask me acting how I can go up on a stage and act in front of people, and they're like, oh, I'm too scared to do that. And I usually just tell them, I'm too scared to do it too, but I want it more than I'm afraid of it. And that's I want more than I'm scared.
Yeah.
But I'm still scared, just like you are, trust me.
Yeah.